James is a, how could artistic, creative person who loves to do just anything and everything. Whatever you can imagine, I like to do it. Just about from fashion and luxury events to creating the next top model. I could do it all. Just anything. I'm the one-stop guy. I'm the Renaissance man of the new generation. My family is Jamaican. Came from Jamaica. My mom, I was born here. Um, so I was predominantly raised in West Palm Beach, Revere Beach. So yeah, that's kind of where I grew up. Um, yeah, a lot of me is Jamaican. I learned a lot from my mother, grandmother being around Jamaican. So, eating the Jamaican food and stuff. So that's how I kind of grew up. My parents are very strict. My mom did not play with me. I was kind of like the test child, sort of what she says. I was not allowed to make below a B. That was just unacceptable in my house. So I went to Palm Beach Gardens High School. I graduated from there, honors, a 3.7 GPA. And after that, I just was always into history and science. That was my best subject. So I went on to college, Palm Beach State first, and I kind of changed a little bit and went into politics because I've always loved politics because that kind of ties in with history a little bit. And then I got really heavy into black history. I'm in African American history, so I learned a lot about that. I just believe, one thing I want to say, a lot of people, especially our own people, we need to know more about ourselves. Then we can move on to be greater, that we're supposed to be like. We're kings and queens. A lot of us don't know that. So I believe learning about yourself, because they don't teach you, will make you more open to who you are and what this world is really like. I feel like I've always had artistic, creative side, because all of my family does, because it came straight from my mom. She's very artistic, very creative. She's a event planner, so she does anything from weddings, baby showers, everything. And my mom creates stuff. Like, she'll take balloons and create like pacifiers with balloons. I'm like, how did you do that? Or, she'll take flyers and make this beautiful bouquet of designs. I'm like, wow, she's amazing. So I kind of just got it from her. It came, straight honest from my mom. I guess the genes just passed down. And mine just went into fashion. And I guess that kind of passed it down to me kind of in the fashion modeling world because my mom and dad were models. That's how they met. So they traveled all over the world modeling. So my mom was a model. My dad was a model. So, yeah, it came honest from my mom. So the first thing that ever got me into anything that had to do with fashion, well, I always liked to dress because my mom is like, she's the it thing here in Florida if you want to learn how to dress or, be monochromatic or anything just like fashionable. That's my mom. So it kind of just came from me natural. I always liked to dress. But not until I met Stephen Smith. I did fashion West Palm Beach because we went to the same church, and I found out him and my mom knew each other from high school days. They used to fight each other. I'm just kidding. They didn't fight each other. But they went to the same, high school in Revere Beach, stuff like that. My mom went to John L. Leonard. He went to, I think, another school close by Palm Beach Lakes area. But, yeah, that's how they met. And we met from church and going to the same church. Steve came to me with that idea, say, I want to create this fashion event here in West Palm Beach. I don't know the name yet, but I need some help. I said, okay, let's do it. Didn't have much at that time, just it was an idea, and we went forward with it. A lot of days at McDonald's and Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts trying to create and come up with this idea. And through all of that, I found out that, wow, I can do this. Like, this is my passion. Like, I like it, other than music. Music is the utmost passion for me. But I found out this when I was doing all this stuff. I started calling people and email people. I said, I like this. I want to do this. And it finally came to fruition. We did it at the Palm Beach County Convention Center, and it was amazing. The best experience I've ever had. And from that point on, when I met all the people, all the fashionable people, it was just another world that is just blossomed in me. And I just took it and I ran with it. So basically how I started with this first, which my company is called Fahzjay LLC. That's just like initials in my name I just came up with. Basically I started with a modeling agency, then it kind of grew into fashion luxury events because I was putting events together and getting the models. I was like, I like the production side more, and I can still work with the models, so that's what I chose to do. This is what I say. If you want to start a business, it's very easy to start a business. You can start a business with maybe $200, $300, that's it. You can get your register, your licenses, everything that you need to be a noteworthy business in your state. It's easy to be a business. So I tell a lot of people, especially my own black people, it's easy to start a business. If you think there's nothing, you don't know what to do, what's your passion? What do you like to do? What is it that you know that you can do better than anybody else? Because this is one thing that I know. God wouldn't give us certain ideas and gifts and talents, and he chose you for it because he knew you were the best person for the job. So that means if you do anything, one thing my mom always told me, if you're going to do something, be the best at it. So that's my thing. I strive to be the best. I don't care about who's doing this or who's doing this or what level they're on. Focus on yourself because you're the only one that you're competing against. Once you learn how to just focus on yourself and, always beat yourself at what you do and not focus on other people, you can grow and grow and grow. But that's just my advice. Just know your passion. What is your gifts and your talents? Focus on it. Spend the money to do it, and then just do it. And don't look at anybody else. Just focus on yourself. So basically what a fashion and luxury event is very different from an event planner. Basically, I put on productions. So if you come to me with an ideal, I take that ideal, I take it what you want, and I make it even better than what you want. Let's say if you want to come, you say, Farrington, I want an underwater themed fashion show. Of course, I do luxury events, so everything I do has to have luxury in it. It can't be anything lower than luxury. That's where I start, luxury. So it's underwater fashion show. So basically what I'm going to do, we're going to get a nice venue with a pool, a huge pool. We're going to put a runway over the pool. We're going to get all the media, all the press. We're going to get all those people out there. We're going to have mermaids. We're going to have like real life mermaids with mermaid tails. We're going to have, photo shoots with underwater themed things. We're going to have underwater themed food and desserts and stuff of that nature. The decorations will look like they're really underwater at, like what's his name, Triton's place underwater. So I'm going to make it amazing. It's going to be at a very luxury venue. The event's going to be one that's going to be memorable and one that's going to be talked about. So it's a lot. It's a lot. You got to have to find the models. You have to find venues. You have to get the ideas, and you talk about the ideas, and you go get that, and you get that. You put it all together to make sure the day of is very stress-free and just a day where you can have fun and enjoy the event. I used to be a person that didn't really like to talk a lot or open my mouth. And then I was told, my closed mouth doesn't get fed. I was told that before, but not until I was told this time, it made me really realize, okay, I got to open my mouth, because how am I going to do business if I don't do that? And it hit me because as soon as I started to do that, things started coming my way. I got sponsors for my event that I never thought I would get, like Bremen and Chesterfield Hotel on Palm Beach. I got Palm Beach designers. It's just when you go and speak to people, when you don't be afraid and you just, muster up and go speak to these people and open your mouth and tell them what you want. I was also told whenever you work or whenever you're around people, and I guess you're not doing exactly what you want to do, talk about what you want to do all the time. No matter where you are, talk about it. Always tell people, oh, I'm trying to do this, I want to do this, but I don't have this. You never know who you might meet. You never know who's going to be there, because one day I did that, and I was working at Brooks Brothers at the time, like 2 years ago, and this guy came in and wrote me a check. I didn't even know him. He just came in. And then the last thing he said to me was, that's good. You should always speak to people and tell them about what you want to do and what's your passion. He said, you never know. I could have been an angel. I don't know or not. But he wrote me a check because he asked me my passion. He asked me a lot of questions. I thought he was looking for clothes, but he ended up writing me a check. So you never know. Always talk about what you want to do. Always express it, because you never know who you're talking to. You never know who you're going to meet. You never know who God's going to send your way. So always open your mouth and talk about everything that you want to do. Black ownership is huge. Let's go back to 40 acres and a mule. We never got that. So obviously at this point in life, as being a black person, black male, black woman, we have to take our own stuff. There's lots of properties, lots of business that other people own that are not our color, and they join together, get together, and they build up these big things, and we always go to them and use them. But I think it's huge, 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 huge for us to own our own stuff. I think black people, we have to have our own property, we have to have our own real estate, we have to have our own businesses. We should band together and start building up bigger things so that we can spread it within our own community. I think it's huge to have your ownership in the black community because a lot of us don't. So it's big to have it because, living in America, a lot of things are geared towards our black people. So building up our own makes us even greater. What's next for Fahzjay is I'm doing an event, my biannual event I came up with last year called Fashion a la Mode. So I'm turning it into a franchise. I don't know if you guys heard of Dinner en Blanc, but it's like an event, everybody dresses in white and they meet at mansions and they have a good time. So this is basically what I'm doing, but a fashionable side and luxury. So this year it's at Neptune's Mansion in Boca Raton, Florida. It's always a red carpet event with lots of media and press and have lots of fillers, like almost like you're in an award show. So people are going to be yelling and screaming. So I want that feel of luxury, and you're at a nice event. Red carpet interviews. The event is a mansion, so it's going to be nice. There's a nice pool. due to the weather, we might have the runway over the pool or not, but it's a beautiful venue, lots of amazing designers. This year's theme is Royal India and unconventional fashion, so it's going to be like garbage gone glam type stuff and, you know, very royal pieces. I have my own line coming out this July 8th as well. So that's kind of what we're doing now, and then I'm going to turn that into a franchise so I can do it all over the place. What's new for me, myself? I guess after this event, what I'm doing is focusing on to become a diplomat because it's, I mean, I'm still a passion, but it's like I have a lot of stuff, but I like to focus on, I like to have a lot of stuff under my belt. Not that I'm all over the place, but it's like when you're so creative, when there's so many passions, when there's so much stuff you want to do, it's like you're all over the place, so you don't know what to do, so you just do everything. But a big passion of mine is music that will never stop. So even though I'm doing this, I'm always trying to do something in music because that's my biggest passion. I love to sing. I've been singing since I was 3. So that's my biggest passion. But I'm focused on becoming a diplomat so I can go to other countries because that's a big thing I like to do is travel as well in politics. So I'll be a diplomat basically working with immigration and things of that nature, visas and stuff like that, getting people into the country and helping them with papers and all that kind of stuff. That's because that's what I want to do. That's what I like to help people. But at the same instant, I'll still be, you know, doing music because that's the biggest passion of mine.